Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Stickland. A body recovered from the Souris River on Monday has now been identified. According to police, it was 52-year-old Michael Gates of Minot. The man was discovered by people who had been fishing in the area, and the Minot Fire Department recovered the body from the river. Authorities are now saying they believe Gates suffered a medical emergency right before entering the water or while he was in it. Now, the family was actually reported missing late Monday afternoon, but investigators were still working to confirm his identity. Governor Kelly Armstrong vetoed two controversial bills that previously passed in the state legislature. The governor vetoed Senate Bill 2307, which requires school and public libraries to screen for any obscene content to keep it away from kids. The governor said he vetoed it because it, quote, it represents a misguided attempt to legislate morality through overreach and censorship, end quote. Plus, he referenced a similar bill from 2023 that already placed restrictions on certain materials inside public libraries. Armstrong's second veto of the day was House Bill 1540, seeking to set up education savings accounts, allowing parents to use state money to help pay for private and homeschool expenses. In response to vetoing this one, he said the bill, quote, fails to deliver the school choice North Dakota needs, especially in rural areas where non-public school options are few and far in between, end quote. The governor has only vetoed one other bill so far. House and Senate legislators will now have a chance to override the governor's veto later today. They need a 2/3 majority to do that. Also this weekend, people will gather in the Vatican to lay rest to Pope Francis. In the meantime, Bismarck's Catholic Diocese is waiting on a decision as to who will be chosen as the next pope. Bishop David Kagan, who submitted his retirement letter in November once he turned 75, won't be relieved until the Pope chooses a new bishop for Western North Dakota. Now, Kagan, who served as bishop since 2011, says he had a chance to meet Pope Francis in 2019 along with young priests from the seminary in North Dakota.
Every time it was time to leave, he would say, "Please pray for me." And, you know, that we all do that, but it kind of is humbling when you hear it from the Pope himself telling you directly, you know, I need your prayers.
While the Catholic faith is now in a period of mourning, Bishop Kagan says he expects the upcoming conclave will begin in a few weeks. Only cardinals are allowed to enter and vote in that conclave. The closest cardinal to North Dakota is Cardinal Blaise Sopich from the Chicago Diocese. Here's Andre with a quick check of your forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking here at our current KX cam here in Bowman, we are seeing those mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures are quite mild at 41 degrees, and the winds are out of the east-southeast at 7 miles per hour. But let's head over into Dickinson, where we're also seeing those clouds on the increase too, and temperatures are at 37 degrees and the winds are out of the east at 7 miles per hour. But as we head into our current storm team radar, we are looking at those partly to mostly cloudy skies, and this is just going to continue to increase, especially for our southern tier counties. And there's even a little bit of rain already there in Mobridge at this time, and they really do need the rainfall as much as we do here too. Now, as we get into our current temperatures, our temperatures right now are mainly in the 20s and 30s, and with a few 40s in our extreme southern counties, so it is a relatively mild start to our day nonetheless. Now, as far as our current soil temperatures, brought to you by Birds All Grain and Seed, we are seeing those values in the 40s and the 50s, so it looks like our ground is getting ready to go to start those gardening sort of things going on. Now, looking at our winds, they're kind of all over the place right now, and we are seeing those wind speeds around the 5 to 10 miles per hour, and this is going to help us today because guess what? Along with the rainfall and also the light winds, we really won't be seeing that fire danger index go up too high, only into the moderate stage for our viewing area and the low in a good bit of our viewing area too, so that's really good news to hear for sure. Now, we have this area of high pressure that's to our south and west, and we have this area low pressure to our south, and with that northeasterly push, that is going to provide us with a little bit of oomph in the atmosphere in order for us to see those chances of rain throughout the day today. Now, looking at our precision cast, this is 2 o'clock. This is where we're going to be seeing those rain chances really increase in our southern counties, including here in Bismarck, Dickinson, Hettinger, Bowman. It seems to be into the rain chances too. But other than that, dry conditions for our northern tier counties. And once we get into around 8 o'clock, we will still see that potential here in the capital city and pointing itself towards the south and east. Then things are going to be drying up from there in our southwestern counties. And then we will see those partly cloudy conditions loom as we get into our Friday morning about 9 o'clock. We're going to be seeing a lot more sunshine as well. Now, looking here at the amount of rainfall we're expecting about a tenth to a quarter of an inch for our southern counties, and this is again well needed because this is where the drought is at its worst along into the western side of the state as well. Now our highs for today will mainly be in the 50s, which means guess what? That spring meter will remain at a level 3 for today. Once we get into tonight, temperatures will drop on down into the 20s and the 30s, so it's going to be a relatively mild night. And then this area of high pressure marches its way towards the east, and that's going to help create much more sunshine for us for Friday, and also warming things up as well, all ahead of our storm system that will be developing in the western portion of the country for our weekend. And looking for our Friday, those temperatures will be shooting up from the 30s early on into the 60s as we head into the afternoon with mainly sunny conditions. And then we're going to be seeing those wet conditions return as we head into the weekend, into early next week, and that is going to be providing us with some well-needed rainfall. In fact, we are thinking about a half to an inch of rainfall with locally higher totals. And during this time too, we're going to be seeing those temperatures increase into the 70s by the time we get into our Sunday, and then dropping into the 50s by Monday. And that same thing goes for Dickinson as well. Now for Minot, we will continue to see those temperatures just be on that spring train with those chances of rain by the weekend, and that same thing goes for Bismarck too. So Chance, looks like we got a lot going on over the next week.
All right, thanks, Andre. For everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Dicklin. Have a great Thursday.